標準、低い、高い。標準、早い1、早い2、早い標準、遅い、遅い、標準。
X EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present opening round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. These putts keep the round together. Good birdie, and now at 1 under for the tournament. Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par 3s, justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is, longest of the 4 par 3s, plus it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frank, they didn't have any openings at EA Sports Basketball because, this is just brutal to watch. Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right, then sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Now the third shot here at the 9th, Frank.
Another very narrow green, not that dissimilar to the first hole. There's a high portion on the left and a low portion on the right. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That will be a great look at birdie. Oh, man, just slides by, and only a tap in left. Good putt. Still even par for the day. Now on to one of the most exciting back nines in golf here at the TPC Sawgrass and the Stadium course. Let's begin at number 10. Frank, and what do you make of this hole?
It's another one where you're just trying to fit the tee shot in the fairway there. It's not a driver, just something that stays right. And of course, we've seen a lot of people stray here down the left side. Who can forget Mickelson when he won his Players' Championship, hitting that phenomenal 7-iron out of the fairway bunker, through the trees, and still finding the putting surface. But speaking of the putting surface, this green has more undulations than just about any green on the golf course.
Frank, as we watch the Web.com Tour Finals, anyone in particular you think could be a breakout star? Someone like a Keegan Bradley who jumped right out onto the PGA Tour and won the PGA Championship in his first ever start in a major.
Well, this player that I'm looking at right now, yes, and I mean you out there. Look at that. A prodigy since the age of 2. A lot of people in the golf world have just been waiting for you to finally get to this point. And, well, time for me to watch, time for you to play.
Birdie try up next. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus.
Well, that takes the strain off the next one.
Good lag putt right there. So just a formality here. Always take that. Good par putt right there. One hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back nine, especially on a Sunday, this start a run, big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot, but really it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
She really hit that tee ball nicely. It is in perfect position, and now she'll have a chance to capitalize. Frank, the scoring club is in hand now. Chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, coming from that left side, you've got a full view of this green. And you can see the mounds, too. Use the mounds to your advantage. safely on deck.
Leaves that one about 20 feet out from the cup. Nicely played shot. Eyeing this putt for a birdie. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Up now, hole number 12. It's a short one, 358-yard, par 4.
This can catch you off guard. If you just try and hit the ball on the fairway, if you're on the middle of the fairway or the left side, you will have a blind second shot. So ideally, hit it down that right side of the fairway if you want to see the flag.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, the players out here today really have the opportunity of a lifetime chance to earn a PGA Tour card at the end of this tournament.
And that life-changing opportunity is certainly going to be on the line. All of these great golfers have put in the time to get where they are right now, and they're just one step away. That's right, one step away, maybe this week, of earning a tour card.
That is classy.
No chance of going in. Even par currently.
Headed in the right direction with that birdie.
Just sneaks into the top 10. It's a good move this week.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present second round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Moving into the second round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals, and Frank, you can feel the pressure building.
You certainly can, Rich, and I expect that we're going to see more of what we saw yesterday, which is some fearless golf, and these guys are playing for a PGA Tour card, and they're not backing down.
Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, the second here at the fourth is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
Web.com Tour Championship, fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals, and this is a chance to pinpoint some of the stars of tomorrow. Guys like Tony Finau, and then there's Adam Hadwin from Canada, and there are a few others, Frank, that I know you're really impressed with.
Well, this is really where the talent's coming from, Rich. Over 400 wins on the PGA Tour have come from people that have graduated from the Web.com series, and really what we're seeing now is people from all sorts of different countries as well. And what I'm surprised about is the youth of these players. A lot of these players aren't even 21 years of age. They could still be in college, but they're so close to actually, they're on the precipice of joining golf's greatest stage.
I know you're talking about a player like Justin Thomas, who comes out of Alabama, or maybe Carlos Ortiz of Mexico. These guys can really go. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 fifth.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, little left to right.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. Appears to be tracking well. Okay, 20 feet, not too bad.
Ooh, chance for birdie.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. Shouldn't be a problem here. Too bad, that's a bogey and dropping another spot on this leaderboard. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit it a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. Hits one of those, that ball can go anywhere. I'm loving that balance.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. I'll leave it short. Wow. That is a solid par putt right there. Frank, what do you think of the 7th?
Interesting par 4 for 2 reasons. The undulating green on the end of the hole that also shapes to the right, that makes it look like a dogleg right. But really, you want to play that tee shot just inside those pot bunkers down the right side.
Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
This has been just a pure display of ball striking all day long. Has not missed a single green, every one in regulation. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. And the solid play continues. Pretty good approach shot right there. There you have it. Well done. Great putt. There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present third round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Frank, seventh hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there, but you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right. There's 3 pot bunkers there. And, of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's the canal all the way down the left side that'll get your attention.
Good contact, good result. Frank, obviously when people think about TPC Sawgrass, I think most think about the 17th. It's about 140 yards of pure terror. It is, as they have said, diabolical. And here, you want to go low or die trying.
The amazing thing about 17, it's the only hole really that Pete Dye didn't design. 17's designed by his wife Alice. They had a problem trying to get from 16 to 18. There was a big area that they dug out when they tried to get some of the sand for the golf course, and then Alice Dye said, well, why not just put a hole there? And really, when you think about it, the advent of stadium golf, the island green at 17, that's what's pushed this game over the last 25 years.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Pretty good shot right there. Settles in over the putt. Got it for par. Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation. but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony. Rich, with so few holes left, bogeys are just that much more expensive.
And that will really hurt his chances of catching the leader. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
Just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2, but you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now the third shot here at the ninth, Frank.
Another very narrow green, not that dissimilar to the first hole. There's a high portion on the left and a low portion on the right.
Good-looking shot right here. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. Third place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
These are the kind of putts that keep a round going about 10 feet away for par. Getting set now over the putt. That's good work. That's a good par right there. Hole number 11, 558-yard, par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here?
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really, with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity.
I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Players bracing against these strong, gusty winds. Really a challenge out there. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, from this point, it is all about precision.
Yeah, that right side, you're looking at that big gaping bunker. That green's not very deep from that angle.
She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. These putts keep the round together. Wow, I thought it was going in just off the mark by a fraction. Clean this up with a tap. Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
Once again, trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
This drive down the left side, Frank.
Yeah, it creates a blind second shot because of the mounds in front, so a little bit of guesstimation coming up here, but still only a short iron. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That will be a great look at birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Oh my gosh, that hurts. He'd settle for par here.
Even par currently.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to, this moment right now.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present final round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favour right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to move that ball to the left. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That is some good work right there. Birdie, one shot closer to the lead. Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, 15 requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute. Seems to be a generous fairway. You just get a little view of the bunker down the right side, but virtually there's no lip there, so that's not a concern. The green, all sorts of weird and wonderful waves on it, well protected by a big bunker on the left, and there's two little pot bunkers out on the right that, well, if you're first time around, you might notice.
On the green, sure, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. That was not a very good read right there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good effort and good par putt. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
Just pulverized that golf ball. Wow, Frank, that was an absolute bomb right there.
Yeah, what's longer than long? Because we just saw it.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Well, she's firing on all cylinders right now, has really played mistake-free golf. It has been a pleasure to watch. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Comfortably knocks it in.
It may well be the most famous single hole in the entire sport of golf. The 17th, the island green at the TPC Sawgrass. Everyone wants to play it at least once before their days are done. And if you do play it, you know you're going to go home, and your buddies are going to ask you, what'd you make at 17? You better have a good answer. Moving a little left of the flagstick, Frank. Far left of the flagstick here.
Well, we've heard about this talent for a long while now. Birdie putt and a chance to get just one step closer to earning that golden ticket, chance to play the PGA Tour.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. So a tester from 4 feet. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Too bad. 2 drop shots right there with a double bogey. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
What's it look like, Frank?
Judging by that lean, Rich, this has got to be going right.
Birdie try up next. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the reed. Just misses. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
She'll be happy with par here.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
Still some time. Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.